San Angelo is a unique community full of rich traditions and history. And at the heart of the community is San Angelo Independent School District. This past November, voters approved the district's tax ratification election. This effort provided $6 million in new funding. SAISD is using the additional funding to recruit and retain high-quality staff and fund an armed officer at every campus. Now, the district is taking another step as we prepare for the next generation of learners. That's why the district's Board of Trustees called for a $397 million bond in one proposition to address aging buildings and safety and security. Unlike the TRE on the ballot last fall, bond funds cannot be used to pay teachers and staff. New construction and major capital renovations are funded through voter-approved bonds, and 100% of bond funds stay in the district. If approved by voters, Bond 2025 will renovate and upgrade Central and Lakeview High School facilities, replace Glenn Middle School with a new, more modern middle school campus, provide district-wide renovations, and update safety and security measures throughout the district. As a member of the San Angelo community, you will have a direct impact with your vote, affecting every student, every teacher, and every parent. This bond proposition was developed by the community for the community. In the fall of 2024, a facility advisory committee was formed. The committee was composed of 60 members, including parents, teachers, administrators, community and business leaders who either reside in the school district's boundaries or who have children enrolled. During meetings, the committee was presented with information from a variety of sources to consider, including the history of SAISD bond referendums, the current and future state of the district, and a discussion regarding district-wide facility ages, statuses, and needs. After each presentation, committee members engaged in brainstorming and discussion sessions. They studied needs identified by administration or committee members and related financial considerations. They met 7 times over 5 months and then made a recommendation to the SAISD Board of Trustees in December. San Angelo ISD voters have passed only one bond referendum in the last 27 years. This bond continues a 15-year district-wide master plan to upgrade and renovate facilities, ensuring safe, modern learning spaces for students and teachers. The average age of school buildings in SAISD is 48 years. Bond 2025 will renovate and upgrade aging facilities at Central High School and Lakeview High School, which are outdated and past their useful life. Central High School was built in 1957 and has not received a capital investment in over 16 years. It requires renovation and repair. The renovations funded through the bond would be phase 1 of a 3-phase plan. The remaining phases show the full build-out master plan for a total replacement of the central campus. The cafeteria is not large enough for the current class sizes. The new cafeteria will fit 865 students over 3 lunch periods. The fine art spaces at Central High School are outdated. Acoustics and lighting are not functional, which causes the district to spend money on rental spaces for performances. The current capacity at the D Gym is 1,200 and does not meet the needs of a 6A high school, which typically holds around 2,000 spectators. The stands sit directly on the floor, placing students, fans, players, and coaches in close proximity. Expanding the capacity will allow fans, the student body, and others to safely support their teams. Basketball goals do not raise or lower on the main floor to meet the needs of other sports such as volleyball. Lakeview High School was built in 1946 and rebuilt in 1998 after a fire destroyed much of the campus. It has not received a capital investment in over 16 years. The current Career and Technical Education Center has limited course offerings such as a wood shop, metal fabrication, and floral design. The Fine Arts area has limited space for programs such as orchestra, where the acoustics were not designed for a musical setting. Orchestra students are placed in lower-level advanced courses due to these limitations. The locker room spaces at Lakeview High School were part of the original construction in 1946 and do not provide adequate space for student athletes. The practice field does not have sufficient lighting. Students must practice in the dark. The turf is beyond its useful life and is deteriorating. Bond 2025 includes a new cafeteria and auditorium, expanded locker rooms, and CTE upgrades at Central High School, as well as renovations and repairs to Lakeview High School, including a new CTE wing, renovation of the existing CTE wing, athletic updates and renovations, and construction of a new fine arts area for the mariachi program. Due to school conditions, enrollment, and capacity, the operational cost per student at some SAISD campuses exceed the state funding the district receives per student. Simply put, it is no longer fiscally efficient to operate some campuses. The district's right-sizing plan continues the process of consolidating 15 elementary schools into 12. The elementary right-sizing projects include closing San Jacinto Elementary School and adding capacity at Fannin, McGill, and Crockett. Fannin Elementary would receive kitchen, cafeteria, and administrative additions, plus special education renovations. McGill Elementary would receive classroom and library additions, and Crockett Elementary would receive kitchen, cafeteria, and classroom additions and renovations. District-wide, almost 300 HVAC systems are over 20 years old. 42 portable heaters are in classrooms. The district completed 3,764 HVAC work orders over 2 school years. Fire alarm systems throughout SAISD are outdated. Lincoln Middle School tennis courts and Lone Star Middle School track are deteriorating. The gymnasium and locker room at Lincoln Middle School are outdated. Facilities throughout the district have mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems and equipment that are reaching the end of their useful life. If approved, the 2025 bond will address these concerns. The majority of projects are planned for Lincoln Middle School and Lone Star Middle School. These systems often have obsolete parts, require frequent repairs, and incur higher maintenance costs, taking money away from the classroom. The proposed improvements could make school buildings more energy efficient and reduce operating costs, freeing up district funds for teacher salaries and student programs. Glenn Middle School was built in 1967 and does not meet today's TEA classroom standards. A recent facility study found that Glenn Middle School requires significant plumbing, HVAC, and electrical repairs. The study also showed that renovations to the current building would cost taxpayers more than building a new facility. The campus hallways are narrow, and students are required to walk in one direction during transitions to minimize congestion. Spaces, including the band hall, designed more than 50 years ago, are not large enough for the number of students participating in those programs today. Bond 2025 includes the construction of a new Glenn Middle School with modern features and improved spaces for classrooms and programs. Safety and security were a top priority for the Facilities Advisory Committee when considering their recommendation to the board. Safety and security projects would impact every student and campus in San Angelo ISD. If approved, Bond 2025 addresses safety and security by installing access controls, cameras, fencing, and other security upgrades throughout San Angelo ISD. San Angelo ISD has the highest possible rating for financial management by the state and is recognized for excellence in budget accountability and transparency. The district's M&O tax rate has decreased by 32 cents over the last 5 years in an effort to remain financially responsible to taxpayers. The district's tax rate is one of the lowest among peer districts. SAISD also refinanced a portion of its current bonded indebtedness and saved taxpayers $7 million over the remaining life of its bond payments through 2034. So what is the financial impact of the 2025 bond? If passed, the expected financial impact of the bond would be $22.72 a month on a home valued at $200,000 in San Angelo ISD. The 2023 legislative session delivered the largest property tax cut in Texas history. The combination of tax compression and the $100,000 homestead exemption reduced school district property taxes for homeowners statewide, and additional tax breaks are being addressed during the 2025 session. Property owners age 65 and older who have applied for and received the over 65 homestead exemption will see no tax rate increase over their frozen dollar amount as a result of these bonds. With construction costs rising by up to 10% annually, the cost of these projects increases by at least $39 million each year they are delayed, resulting in higher costs for San Angelo ISD taxpayers. Election day for San Angelo ISD's bond proposal is Saturday, May 3rd. Early voting is April 22nd to April 29th. Registered voters can vote early at the Keys building, and weekend voting is available. A full list of Election Day sites is available at www.saisd.org/bond2025. And remember, go vote!